Okay, now I'm in on my main PC. I have the software installed on it. I just have to put my licensing dongle into the USB so it'll work. That's why I got the dongle and not just a type of software license that would just be to one computer. This stuff, there we go. Alright, I got my OneDrive to update. Chart. What the heck? Open. There we go. Here's the first one. The longer the data log, the more condensed, because it has the whole time you're driving. There's 90 something seconds to go through, so you got to move your cursor in smaller increments. You could just play it back and all these sensors will go. All the ones highlighted, you could put up to 6 of them on the screen at a time. Can't put it any more than that. Like I add vehicle speed, it's going to tell me nope. Actually, it's 8 pens they call it, which is, oh, you could already see 8 of them already making a mess out of the screen. You could look over here at the data when the cursor head's moving, playhead. You could see wideband, mass airflow volts, the load, RPM, throttle position, the air temperature, my commanded air fuel ratio that the computer wants. You can see all the stuff that I log is over here though, so I can change what I'm viewing here if I want. See, I got all sorts of stuff over here that I logged. See, I still don't know if any of that's actually, it's saying I hit 600 foot-pounds of torque there. I don't know if I did, but the car was running like a rape tape right there. So I could kind of zoom in. What I like to do is I like to highlight something like my throttle point. That's when I know I floored it. Bam. So get about second gear. You kind of see it went in there a little longer. It's supposedly, see, now this might be off the calculation if my mass airflow is off a little bit. I think it was pretty close though, so I don't think that engine's making 500 horsepower. It's probably well into the 4s though. It's, I mean, it is breaking those big fat tires loose at 40, 42, 45 miles an hour sometimes when I step into it, you know, in second gear. So it's probably at least 450 foot-pounds to probably do that. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Once the engine got hot, some of my settings were kind of whacked a little bit. It was like running rich and stuff, but let's see here. I like to look to see, let's see, red is a load. Load kind of peaked out here. As you can see, it's pretty much regulating on that wastegate because it doesn't climb anymore. It goes right up to 7 psi at lower RPMs and then just sits there. Load. So load was about 1.5-ish. Right back there I saw. 1.5 right there. That's 150% volumetric efficiency. Granted, this is going off of mass airflow, which I'm still trying to dial in, so that's plus or minus probably a little bit of error, but probably pretty close. Let's see. It's 11. See, it's got to be real close because look, the computer's wanting 11.2 air fuel ratio, and I got 11.2 actual from the wideband. My injectors are dialed into what they're supposed to be. They're Ford injectors. They're just 30-pounders. They're probably maxed out. I still need to get a fitting to look at my fuel pressure. I wouldn't doubt that that drops. But right there, those match. So I got to be pretty close on them with the what it's reporting for kilograms of air, which is 1,054 right there. That's at a lower RPM. That is only at 4,000 RPM, so I get a little higher here. It is now 1,200 kilograms of air. It's just more load, you know. I'll make this thing frickin' focus. There we go. And then I was a little lean up at the top end. I wouldn't doubt that I'm running out of fuel pressure by then. I need to check it. I probably haven't even changed the fuel filter on this thing. But, and I got right to about 12 to 1 AFR at the top end there, getting over 5,000 RPM. So I wouldn't doubt that my fuel pressure is not going up to what it should be right there. So I don't think that's any, I bet you that's no tuning issue right there. I lost some fuel there. I'll have to check the pressure, check the filter, see what happens. Might have to change the fuel pump. Went kind of conservative on the turbo build. You know, I'm only running like 7 psi of boost. The thing came with 11-pound spring. I had that in there. I first fired it up once. I didn't record it, but it was just melting the tires off. Even though the tune wasn't that good, and had the other mass airflow, it ran pretty good. It just burned them. I thought the clutch was slipping, but I looked back and it was leaving black marks every time I stabbed the throttle. Even from 40-mile-an-hour roll, second gear I would hit it, it would just light them up. So that was pretty cool. So I've dropped it down to 7 psi now. So. Third gear pull. The other interesting thing is after you get into it for a while, you could go here and look at the air temperature, which I could just highlight it so you can see it climb. It climbed up and I let off and it dropped down to like 220 something. Then it went up. So right here peaked out 240 degrees. So the air charge after the turbo coming into the engine is 242 degrees right there. I think that also does cause it to pull fuel because the air is a lot less dense at the same pressure, so there is less fuel. So it was only coming in at 14. That was when I let off right there. It's coming in 11.2. I got 11.4. That's pretty close. That's getting the tune looking pretty good here. I just need to probably just dial. I mean, I'm almost there. I was having some issues. I almost just need to dial in a little bit of the spark a little bit better. I started here just a little bit of detonation, but I pulled a little more timing out, like I said, and I don't know, I'm real close. But now it's kind of, you know, after it warms up, the engine gets good and hot, and my idle's kind of hunting a little bit. It doesn't stall though. I have the feeling it's after the air intake temperature is so high, it's starting to freak out. There might be something else to it too, but before I get everything good and hot and the engine good and hot, you know, when our engine was at 212, that's where, and you know what? That's where that thing always runs once it gets hot, warms up. I freaked out when I first got that Mustang. I had never had a car that ran like over 210 for normal operating temperatures, but guess what? All summer long, that's what that thing runs.